few moments. I think in meanwhile, if you can just let us know where do you come from. We are doing this live video web conference from Poland, from Warsaw. This is where we are now. It would be nice if you could use this functionality of chat box and tell us where do you come from. Yeah, Jacek, we know you. Hello, Jacek. Anastasia, we have from Russia. Warsaw again. India, Albania, well, far away. Belgrade, excellent. Well, I hope that all of you stay safe, especially during this COVID situation. Well, we'll start. So thank you once again for joining us. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. First of all, my name is Tom. My name is Tom Kmiecik. I'm the CEO of G1ANT and also co-founder of G1ANT. With me today, we have Mac Kempinski, who is on the battlefield with clients, RPA department manager. We also have Chris Prusik. He's our CTO and co-founder of G1ANT, and Przemek. Przemek is our lead software architect. So first of all, I just want to make some rules that we are here for you. We are here to answer any questions you might have. So if we can agree that you please do use that chat box during our webinar. If you have any questions, we are here to answer to those questions. For those questions which we will not be able to answer, obviously we will be contacting you directly. A little bit about G1ANT briefly. We've been on the market for the past 5 years. We are a London-based company. Over 5 years, we deployed over 350 robots. It's a number of robots working all over the world. So we could call ourselves kind of experts in robotic and in automation. Our two solutions, which we're gonna talk briefly about as well, they have over 5 million lines of code. So it's a large number of coding. We are part of a bigger organization, Redman Group, thanks to which we are able to be represented in 57 countries all over the world at the moment, having over 150 business and integrator partners, again, all over the world. Our company has created two products. The first product is called G1ANT.Studio. The other one is called G1ANT.Orchestrator. About this product, Mark will tell you a little bit more in detail, or in details, what G1ANT.Studio is, what G1ANT.Orchestrator is, how we use this for automation. This is why we are here. Towards the end of 2018, our company was a technology company, meaning that we put all our resources to implement, to create products like G1ANT.Studio and G1ANT.Orchestrator. More or less from 2018, we also are being involved in implementing our solution with other companies. So if there is anyone who is interested to work with us, to cooperate with us, please do not hesitate to contact me and my sales team. That would be everything. Yeah, this is a representation of a couple of clients of ours. So that would be everything from me. Thank you very much indeed. And Mark will be doing the rest of the presentation. Mark, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready. Thank you, Tom. Hi, everyone. My name is Mark, and I will show you. I will tell you basics about our products. But for first, I will share on my screen to show you how does it work. Tom, please cancel your presentation, or I can do it. Okay. All right, just confirm please that you can see my screen. Yes, okay. So, as I mentioned before, I tell you today basics about our products. Let's start from the beginning. And the beginning is installation process. And the first good news is there is no installation process. We understood that in many companies, installation anything on an environment, it's a huge problem sometimes because of accesses, because of extra permissions. Then we decide to deliver a solution which no need install anything. We deliver a standalone exe application which contain everything inside, which contain a Giant Studio, which contain a robot engine and also add-ons inside. And let's start from Giant Studio. I switch my presentation to Giant Studio application. Here is it. It's a graphical user interface of our application. Now it's prepared to build your robots, to build your automation. And as you can see now, our solution based on scripting language. We made our own scripting language. We name it Giant language. It's very easy to learn. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to do your robots. I think this language is the kind between basic and Java. It's that easy like basic language and that versatile like Java. But we also support C# snippets and we also support Python snippets. It means you can use three languages and at the same time to build your robots, to build your automation. And so I will show you how does it example work in a while, but for first, let's talk about add-ons and marketplace. Our solution based on add-ons. Add-ons are small applications which can expand our studio, expand and integrate it with specified technology, specified applications, specified services. And for example, here on the left side of application, you can see my add-on list. And you can see that I use add-on for Google Docs, add-on for Microsoft Office, add-on for many engines of OCR. I have an add-on for Jira. I have an add-on for SAP. We also have Marketplace. Marketplace is a place where you can download new add-ons. All our add-ons are for free, and every month we add new ones. All add-ons based on our customer needs. Then every time we prepare the new ones. We try to be very transparent, very flexible, and very open to developers, to our business customers. Then we have public GitHub account. On GitHub account, we publish our add-ons, source code of our add-ons. It means you can download all these applications, you can download this source code and analyze it. You can compile it on your own, you can make some changes, you can add new features, or for example, tell us what do you want in future in our add-ons. We also deliver a tool which can allow you to build your own add-ons. We have a tool to Visual Studio, and you can make your own solutions and you can use it in your company. You don't need to publish it anywhere. So the next page is about integration. Add-ons are not only the way to integrate our solution, not only the way to expand our solution, because in our language, we have inside many native technologies to connect Giant Studio with your applications with your services. And for example, we support many APIs, we support connection with files, for example, Excel, RxS, CSV, XML, TXT, and others. We have a support for web services. We have a native support for databases. Now we have a support for Microsoft SQL, MySQL, Oracle, but also we support OLEDB and ODBC. We also have a native support for REST technology. So let's talk about triggers. You can start your robots by run button. Manually start your robots, manually start your scripts. But of course, in real cases, the better way is when the robot starts automatically. Then we have three types of triggers. The first one, scheduler, which can start your robots if you config your calendar. And for example, first robot can start every 15 minutes. Second robot can start only on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every 1 hour, for example. We have the second type of trigger, the file trigger. The G1ANT.Studio monitors specified directory on your hard drive, and when you save there and your process save in that directory any file, robot can start automatically. And the first type of triggers is mail trigger. G1ANT.Studio monitors your mailbox and start your robots by incoming mails. So, credential container. We also have a special place in G1ANT.Studio when you can store all your logins and passwords. We use ACJ algorithm and AES algorithm. It means even if an unauthorized user get an access to your computer, he will not be able to decode your password or use it or read it or do anything. Just only robots can do it. So low code, no code. We understand that not everyone knows how to programming and not everyone wants to do programming. Then we prepare something named recorder. We have many types of recorders. And here in my example, I have a part of code when I recorded before my job. It works like you just only start the recorder and your user do his job on your computer, use your applications, you use your web services, move your mouse, type on keyboard. And after that, G1ANT.Studio automatically make a part of code which you can use, which you can repeat in loops, for example. And this part of code was recorded. As I mentioned, we have many types of recorders of desktop applications, recorders of web applications, and like in that example, recorder of mouse and keyboard, you can record clicking, moving your mouse, and typing on your keyboard. So requirements of our studio are very, very low. You only need only 1 gigahertz of CPU and 500 megabytes of your RAM to use our studio. And we based on .NET framework. So let's automate something. But for first, I need to explain you what's happened in my code. In the first line, I used C# language programming to get current date time now. In the second part of code, I use Python snippets to get a square root of value. What is very important, you can import any Python library. You can also import any C# library. It means you can build any solution inside our studio which use C#, Python, and whole libraries to connect with any services, applications. What do you want? Okay, in the next stage, robot will open Notepad, put some information, typing from keyboard, hello world and current date, put enter, and then information about square root of this value. After that, robot will open Microsoft Paint and do some things inside. I will show you. The next part of code show you how we can use automation of desktop application. There is not only way to click on proper pixels on screen. It's not a good way to automate anything. It's not a good way to build a robot. The best way is use a proper elements on your application. Each application has menus, has buttons, has grids, has any other elements which can use every day. And as you can see on the right side, we have a Windows tree. Windows tree is a place when we store all elements of all your applications. It means you automate your applications via these elements. And here I use my Windows Calc application. I use element number 2, element plus, element 2, and element equal. I will show you, of course, that for a while. And the last part of my code use Selenium add-on. It's a wrapper for Selenium. Robot will open Firefox, put inside the URL, click on proper button, and put inside the form some information. Okay, let's start with that robot. The Notepad, information, Microsoft Paint, calc 2 plus 2 equal 4, and the last one, it's open. Firefox, put information into the form. Of course, you can put information in the form. You can scrape data from any website, and that example can show you that we can automate everything. We can automate application, we can automate web application, web services, web pages, and we can automate moving of your mouse and typing on keyboards. So, how to start with G1ANT Studio? As I mentioned before, G1ANT Studio is pretty easy to use, pretty easy to learn. And for example, we have a manual on our web page. We also have tutorial. You can make all things in our G1ANT language step by step with our tutorial. As I mentioned before, we have GitHub account and YouTube account when you can get information about tutorial with lectures. Okay, the second our product is Orchestrator, and now I switch to web page to show you how Orchestrator works and what is Orchestrator. Orchestrator is an application, works in server, it works in architecture client server, and if you have more than, for example, 10 robots, if you have 50 robots, 100 robots, 1,000 robots, it's very difficult to use it each one separately. Orchestrator is an application to orchestrate whole your environment, whole your farm of your robots. Here, you can do everything with many robots in your infrastructure. We support, of course, physical machines and virtual machines. It means you can build your robots on virtual environment, and you can build on physical environment, and you can mix it. And so the first screen in Orchestrator is dashboard. on dashboard you can see any information about your environment, about your robots, machines, utilization of your CPU, memory on your hard drive, memory on your RAMs. But we also can use it like a simple business intelligence, because here we can put information not only for our robots, from our robots, we can put here information from any data sources. We support any data sources inside. Then here I have two Easter eggs. First one is apple pie ingredients. I can put it very easy. Or the second one, information, for example, from your ERP systems. Here I have information about earnings. We can do that because we support data sources, like I mentioned about G1ANT.Studio. In G1ANT.Studio, we can add any kind of data sources. In Orchestrator, we can add any data sources as well, because here we have native support for MySQL, MS SQL, Postgre, Oracle, and of course for ODBC. But so, Orchestrator, based on your machines. We have three important panels in Orchestrator, and first one is a machine panel. Here you can configure all your machines, and you can read information about this configuration, about the status, about the license expiration. And of course, you can create new machines, you can delete it, you can change anything inside. So the second important panel is scripts. In scripts, you can bind your scripts the same like in G1ANT.Studio. It means you don't need to physical access to your G1ANT.Studio. You don't need physical access to your environment, to your computers. You can make everything from G1ANT Orchestrator. You can bind your scripts inside the G1ANT Orchestrator, and of course here you can create new one, delete it, import it, import, export, change anything. We support control version, then you can compare current version with previous. You can do everything with your scripts. And the most important panel is panel robots, because here we have a pair of, in Orchestrator, robots, we mean pair of machine and script. It means on one machine, you can send many scripts, like on machine win server user one, we have one script, second script, third script. And the same situation, you can put one script into the many machines. For example, script hello version 1 is on screen, is on machine user 1, and hello version 1 is on machine Chris. And from this panel, you can, of course, add new robots, change, publish it, compare the version, delete it, do everything about robots, set triggers without access to your G1ANT.Studio, without access to your physical machines, as I said before. So in Orchestrator, we have make many other things. For example, here we have logs, here we have information about license, information about events. But one of the most important, last but not least important thing are alerts. In alerts, you can configure any alert from your robots. For example, about your license, about your hard drive space, about utilization of your CPU. But what's more, you can configure alerts about any of your applications, any of your other applications in your infrastructure, because alerts based on the same data sources. It means you can put here information from any application, any database, any files, any other applications which can use on your environment. And so I think that's all about Giant Studio. That's all about Orchestrator. Thank you for your attention, and I think, Tom, you can make your part. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark, once again. Well, there is a few people left during our webinar. Once again, thank you for joining us. There was a surprise element in our webinar. So for those people who just are staying here, we just wanted to say that we can do a free audit of the business. So if you're interested, if you want to use our technology, please do contact us. We will be obviously at some point sending our details of how you can approach us. So for us for today, once again, thank you for being us. That's it from us, from Giant. Thank you.